Mortal Kombat 1 was supposed to be the beginning of a new era. Mortal Kombat 1 was supposed to be the start of something new. But unfortunately, Warner Brothers are just showing us that they're the same as all the other gaming companies. All these other big gaming companies that do things for money, that do things for the wrong reasons. All they've shown us in the past year is that they are nothing different from the others. 6 days ago, it came out that Mortal Kombat 1 is being cancelled. There's going to be no more expansion packs, there's going to be no more DLC. And I think there are two major reasons for this happening. And the first reason is the fact that Khaos Reigns didn't sell well. And that is what was cited here by this guy. Now, I don't want to say their name because they've since deleted their name and all this stuff. They want to step away from leaks because they don't want to get themselves in trouble. So I won't say the name, but I have the post pulled up here on Reddit. They said Khaos Reigns was cancelled for multiple reasons, but the sales was the big reason. The NRS team really wanted to do DLC and are not happy about it, but they have no choice. Again, I've talked about this in my MK11 versus MK1 video. I've talked about this in my MK1 was supposed to be Injustice 3 video. I talked about this in my honest talk about Khaos Reigns video. I talked about this in my Khaos Reigns was a disappointment video. All 4 of these videos, I talked about the same thing. This is all Warner Brothers. People want to blame NetherRealm Studios for this, but NetherRealm Studios are under Warner Brothers. NetherRealm Studios are told to make the game by Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers are the people who are making the most money from this. And because the game has now become this monetary thing, because they are in debt trouble themselves. I've talked about this already. I talked about this in the honest conversation about Khaos Reigns thing. But Warner Brothers are in debt. They need money, right? So now they're not releasing games for the right reasons anymore. They're releasing games to make money. When they release multiverses and every character on release of the game, they've since changed it, but on release of the game, you couldn't practice with any character you wanted. You had to buy each character you wanted to practice with them, when you could practice with them for free in the beta, right? But when they're doing those sort of things in these games, when they're releasing games like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and they're making it a battle pass, and they're making it so they're not caring about the fan base of the Arkhamverse that it's in. But this is Warner Brothers. They're doing it because they need a DLC, they need a battle pass, they need you to be buying skins for $10 on release in Mortal Kombat 1. Remember that? Skins were 1,000 Dragon Crystals a piece when this game came out. When players see these sorts of things being done, it starts to pull them away from the game. They begin to become unfamiliar with this game. This isn't the game that I used to know. This isn't the game I played 10 years ago. This is not MKX. I know it's never gonna be MKX when everything is about the DLC, when every broken character is a DLC character, when you release a DLC character that is completely broken on release, every single time you release a DLC character and not patch it, Ghostface is still broken. As of the 3rd of December 2024, Ghostface is still broken. They are yet to hotfix Ghostface, and it's the 3rd of December in 2024. Ghostface released on the 21st of November or something like that. Because the game being balanced, the game actually being fun to play, the game being making the players happy, it's not their priority. Ghostface is gonna stay broken until like a month when they decide, okay, maybe this is a bit too much. Maybe having an invincible combo or an infinite combo is maybe a bit too much for the game. Maybe someone needs to go and do it in a tournament for them to be like, maybe we should patch this right now. Maybe, just maybe. That is the first problem with this game, is it was created for the wrong reasons. I think it was created for monetary gain. It's very obvious with the way that the skins are being released in this game in comparison to MK11, when there used to be skin packs, but now it's just you buy every skin individually. The Khaos Reigns expansion was never gonna work with how they were marketing it and how they did it, especially with what happened in the story. Why is Noob Saibot beating Titan Havoc at the end? I just don't care. That should never be happening. When Titan Havoc has 6 Kamidogus in his chest, there is no way that Noob Saibot is on the same level. There's just no way. But he knows how Havoc works. He knows because he was a chaos agent of chaos before, so he knows. Get the fuck out of here. There's just no way, bro. There's no way that should be happening. I just think the Khaos Reigns expansion was doomed to fail. I think choosing Conan the Barbarian, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Mortal Kombat is a game that is geared towards people who like the late 80s, early 90s, like action hero, scary hero thing. That's what they want it to be, because those are the people who grew up with the original Mortal Kombat games. But they also need to understand that once you start to dip into characters that are a bit too far back, you know, once you start using characters that aren't as iconic, I as a young person, I'm like, well, who the fuck is Conan the Barbarian? Like, when they did it in MK11 with Rambo and Terminator and RoboCop, I know who those guys are, because they're way more known than someone like Conan the Barbarian. You're kind of alienating the fan base. Doing the DEI thing with Sektor and Cyrax, you're alienating the fan base, bro. Like, you are. I'm not the type of person to care about this sort of thing. It's being done for the wrong reasons, clearly. Because you have female characters there that you could add to the game. But instead of adding a female character that already exists, you're making characters that have been depicted as males before, you're turning them into females, instead of just adding female characters that already exist. I've never been the guy to be like, oh, this is woke, this is book. Like, no, that's not me. But I think there's a time and a place, and I think there's a right way to do the DEI thing, to be inclusive, and there's a wrong way to do it, and they did it the wrong way. They did it the race swap way, which is not the way to do it. The problem with doing it this way is you're creating the character because of what they represent, not because of who they are. You're creating Cyrax to say to Johnny Cage, who does she say it to? To Peacemaker, in one of the dialogues, she says something like, I'm not gonna listen to your male gaze or some shit like that.
You, that armor. Damn.
Turn your male gaze elsewhere, Peacemaker.
It's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, bro? That's not what this character is. You're making her a character to be like, so that people can feel like, oh, this is a character that's just like me. When that's not the way you make a character. You make a character because they have their own actual personality. You don't make their personality, I'm the black guy. You don't make their personality, oh, I'm the gay guy. That shouldn't be a character's whole personality, you know? The best way to do this, in the show called The Penguin that was airing this year, like last month, is a character in that show called Vic. He's clearly a guy of color with a stammer, with a heavy speech impediment, right? But it's never like, I've been discriminated against because I have a speech impediment. I've been discriminated against because I come from Latin heritage. He's just a guy. Like, he's just a guy that wants to help his family, that wanted to help his family but lost his family, right? He's just a guy that wants to be somebody. But his character isn't, oh, I'm the guy that is Latin and I'm the guy. You know what I mean? Once you start to make a character because of what they represent, not because of who they are, then you're alienating the fan base. People don't want to say it because they don't want to sound like they're being misogynistic or homophobic or any of that stuff, but that's not what it is. You're making these characters for the wrong reasons. I hate Jade, but Jade is right there. If you feel like the DLC pack doesn't have enough girls, just add Jade. Don't make Cyrax Jade. Like, just add Jade. You know, just add Sonya, just add Cassie. We like Cassie. Everyone loves Cassie Cage. Just add Cassie Cage, you know? No one's like, I don't want any black people in the game. I don't want any girls in the game. No one says that. But you're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the way that makes people feel like you're forcing it down their throat. It makes it be like, this is like, what are you doing? I do believe that alienating the fan base that way is one of the big reasons why Khaos Reigns just didn't sell well. Like, people don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it because I clearly I'm a black guy. I am a person of color, and I can see this for what it is. I don't want you to give me handouts. I don't want you to pander to me. Like, if you make a character that is cool, that just so happens to be black, cool. You know, Jax is cool. I like Jax, but it's not like I'm Jax, the black guy who's been discriminated against. He's just a cool guy, and that's the difference. And that's how you do it the right way. That's basically why I think this was never going to work out. They needed this DLC pack needed to revive the game because the game was not in a good place. and it's still not in a good place. People pretend like it is because there's people who are negative about the game for monetary gain, for views, for clicks, for all of that stuff. So because those people exist on that side of the spectrum, now there's people on this side of the spectrum who are toxically positive about the game, who talk about the game like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, who talk about the game that there hasn't been bad decisions being made in this game. When you add a game mode to this game, once you add a game mode called Invasions to this game, and everybody is like, we don't like this game mode, maybe, just maybe, you should take a step back, WB, and be like, maybe we should change this game mode. Maybe we should make this game mode way more accessible. Maybe we should make this game mode, and they have done it in their own way, but it's just not the right way, because I still don't want to play Invasions. I still think the Warrior Shrine is a fucking joke. This is another thing that came with Khaos Reigns, the Warrior Shrine. What were they thinking? Why was that in development for a calendar year? It's literally a leaderboard. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You're not doing what people want. Maybe I don't speak for the people. What I want is to be able to practice and queue into ranked mode. I don't want online practice mode where I can practice with a friend. No, I thought online practice mode meant that I'd be able to practice and queue into King of the Hill, or queue into Combat League, or queue into casual ranked matches, or whatever I wanted while I was in practice mode. Because every other modern fighting game does this, except for Mortal Kombat. What I want is to be able to go into the Conquer section, or whatever it's called, and just play Test Your Might. Because you have all the assets for Test Your Might in your game, but you're too stubborn to make it its own fucking game mode. You want me to go play Invasions to play Test Your Might, and I don't want to play Invasions. You add the Towers of Time in the Khaos Reigns update, and I'm excited for the Towers of Time. I'm like, okay, finally, they're doing something right. But then, you make it so that the Towers of Time is linked to your Invasions level, and you have to level up in Invasions to be able to do Towers of Time. You can't do something right. You have to take one step forward by adding the Towers of Time, and then take 2 steps back by making it so that, oh, you can only challenge this tower if you have the Towers, the Invasions currency, and you can only challenge this tower if you're level 30. How am I supposed to get to level 30? By playing Invasions, right? Like, I'm not slow. That's what you want. They want it to be like, oh my god, look how many people are playing Invasions. Look how many people are playing MK1. Because that's why the game mode is the way it is. To make it so that you're playing it for longer. But I don't mind giving that to you, Warner Brothers. I don't mind. But just let me, for the love of God, just let me use an AI fighter. It was an MK11, and it's the only reason why the towers were bearable in MK11 is because you could use an AI fighter. So please, let me use an AI fighter for the fights in Invasions and the Towers of Time in Mortal Kombat 1. Not for the game modes like the combo trials, or the survive, or the test your might, like all those interactive game modes. Maybe not for them. No, I'm not asking for AI fighter for them. But for the fights in between, for every node where I get into a fight, for an ambush fight where I get jumped, please, just let me use an AI fighter. I'll give you what you want. I'll give you the fake playtime that you want, because I know that's what you want, but you give me what I want. You let me use an AI fighter, and I'll give it to you. I'll do it. I'll play your Invasions game. I'll play your Invasions game mode. How many times have I said this? I feel like a broken record. Like, if you watch me, you know I've talked about this so many times already. I want the game to do well. I've said this a million times. I want the game to do well. I want the game to succeed. I want the game to thrive. But you're doing it the wrong fucking way, man. And that's why you're canceling the DLC. Because people are starting to get clued up to this. You're giving the game a bad reputation now. Because now, when you release the next Mortal Kombat, people are going to remember this. People are going to remember Invasions. People are going to remember the skins for 1000 Dragon Crystals. People are going to remember all of the bullshit that has been people are going to remember the bugs. Homelander bugs. Ghostface bugs. They're going to remember these things. They're not just going to forget. The same way I will never forget Shiva on release in Mortal Kombat 11. I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to forget how shit the MK11 gameplay is. And because of that, because that's in my mind, that's the first thing I'm going to think of when I see the new Mortal Kombat trailer. The first thing people who didn't play this game for cameos are going to look for is, are they going to keep cameos in the next game? Are they going to keep the paid fatalities in the next game? Are they gonna do that? And those are the wrong things for people to be looking forward to. People should be looking forward to their favorite character being in the reveal trailer. You know, this game was created for the wrong reasons. I believe they're reaping the seed that they sown for doing that. It was never gonna succeed with the way that they were going about it. Updates after every 2 months. Like, what are we doing? That's too long of a time in between for a character to be running the game. I think it's just way too long. Khaos Reigns was actually their last chance, and I think they fumbled. I think they fucked it. A lot of people need to stop the fake bullshit. A lot of people think that Mortal Kombat can do no wrong. If you disagree with them, or that if you call out the things that are going wrong in the game, that you're hating on the game. I'm not hating on the game. I love this game. I love how this game plays. But they just can't do the right things because the game is made for monetary reasons. The only reason Ghostface is still bugged the way he is, the only reason why Ghostface still has an infinite the way he does, is because it doesn't make them any money to fix Ghostface. It doesn't make them any fucking money to fix Ghostface. They can leave Ghostface until the next fucking season. It doesn't make them a dime to fix Ghostface. So that's why they haven't fixed Ghostface. Like, everything is for monetary gain. And once you realize that, you start to understand why they're doing what they're doing. We all know this game was never supposed to exist. We know it was supposed to be Injustice, but for monetary reasons, they made it Mortal Kombat. There was never supposed to be any fucking Mortal Kombat 1 this soon, because they don't do this. It's Mortal Kombat Injustice, and it's been like that since 2013 when Injustice 1 released. All we've got now is to look forward to the next game. We know now that it's going to be Mortal Kombat because they said that they're not. Then what they're going to be working on in the future is going to be Mortal Kombat. They're doing Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat, Game of Thrones, and DC. Now, when they say DC, I'm not sure if that includes Injustice, because obviously Injustice is DC. But I just wouldn't hold my breath for another Injustice game, because we know that they're making games for monetary reasons, right? We know that. And we know the reason why Mortal Kombat 1 even released instead of Injustice 3 was because they thought that Mortal Kombat 1 would make more money than an Injustice 3. So there's no way they're gonna make another Injustice. Like, it's got to be Mortal Kombat. I hope Warner Brothers wake up and understand that they're alienating the fan base. I understand that a lot of people are gonna have a bad taste in their mouths for their next game now, and a lot of people might not even buy their next game now. It is what it is. I know for a fact that I don't think I'm gonna pre-order another Mortal Kombat again. I think this game has just been such a shit show in everything except the gameplay. But that's all I got to say for you today. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe. I'm almost at 2K, so if you can get me to 2K, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. What is going on, guys? My name is Michael, but you can call me MAB, and welcome to a new video series. Today I'm joined by Forgive Jay, and we are going to be doing the first part of the Trifecta Team Challenge. How's that, Jay? How's that?
Very good, very good, very good.
Very
Today,
good? Very good?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Alright, alright. So the way this is going to work is, for the first match, we're going to use a random team. So we're going to do random character select. I think we should be allowed to pick our cameos, right? I think that's fair. Is that fair, Jay?
No, to make it more interesting, random select everything.
Random both? Okay,
Yeah.
random both. So we'll random our characters and our cameos. And then in the second team, we're going to use like an interesting, maybe like a meme team or like a funny team of a funny combination of characters. And then in the final team, we'll both be using our mains. So I know, Jay, your main's Scorpion and Tremor, right? Yeah, Scorpion and Tremor.
You're gonna get cool.
Okay, first match is the random match. I'm going to go first. Ooh!
No.
I do not
You
like
even know how to play
Asha.
Asha? Alright, let me run this one. Let's see what I get. Let's see what I get. Ring!
Do you know how to play as him?
Yeah.
Ew! Why do you know how to play as Ray?
Give me pum pum, give me pum pum.
Okay.
Hey bitch, what's up bitch? Like my dick.
Shujinko. This will be interesting.
So easy to use.
We're just
Gonna block.
Hey,
Oh my days! I can't play as Asha.
You're trash, kid.
Yes! That's how you do that. Okay.
Hey,
I'm figuring things out.
hey.
No, I'm figuring things
Bing
out.
bong.
Bing bong. Bro, you are not Corey Kenshin.
I am. What the hell? I'm Corey
Kenshin.
Kitchen's twin, bro.
I don't know. I'm losing.
Down to.
Do not block! It's an overhead!
Oh my gosh! Bro, I was blocking low. I thought it was still blocked. What is that?
No, it's an overhead. It's an overhead. It's an
You're
overhead.
so dumb.
I did not even know that. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm patient.
Ah!
First to one on every challenge?
Yeah. Because otherwise this video would be too long.